y'all know how this prayer goes.
Jesus.
And say it with me. Lord, help me. Again.
Lord, help me.
This last time.
Lord, help me.
Amen. Help me. I have been here today.
Yes, it is.
I'm gonna come down for you.
You bring it on down. You got it right now.
Okay, y'all turn to Genesis chapter number 9.
Bear with me a second. I don't mind at all. Just give me a second.
Once again, that's Genesis chapter number 9. We're going to be starting at verse number 20. That's all right. Thank you, Lord.
Jesus.
Everybody got it? If you have it, please stand with us so that we can read this word. Starting at verse number 20.
And Noah began to be
Yeah.
and husband, and he planted a vineyard. And he drank of the wine, and was drunken. And he was uncovered within his tent. And Ham, the father of Canaan, saw the nakedness of his father, and told his two brethren without. And Shem and Japheth took a garment, and laid it upon both of their shoulders, and went backwards and covered the nakedness of their father. And their faces were backwards, and they saw not their father's nakedness. And Noah awoke from his wine, and knew what his younger son had did unto him. And he said, Cursed be Canaan, a servant of servants shall be unto his brethren. And he said, Blessed be the Lord God of Shem, and Canaan shall be as his servant. God shall enlarge Japheth, and he shall dwell in the tents of Shem, and Canaan shall be his servant. And Noah lived after the flood 350 years, and all the days of Noah were 950 years, and he died.
Amen. So she has just read Genesis chapter number 9, starting at verse 20. Now, I was kind of betwixt in a way of what scripture to start off with to kind of get my feet wet and move forward. Today is really going to be kind of a teaching session. I'm sorry, y'all, but I don't preach and I don't call it amen. But I pray that you are still blessed by the word of God.
Amen.
So here we have Noah. How many of you know who Noah is in the scripture? So God positioned him so that he could build an ark in a time where it wasn't like it was raining and flooding at that time. So sometimes God will give you an assignment that seems out of place in your time, in your season, but it's not for that time, but it's for you to get prepared for when the time comes. So Noah, he was obedient, and it was accounted to him righteous. So he was obedient. He went ahead and he built the ark. He took his family into that ark. And at the appointed time, when the sign had come, they came out of the ark. Now we have, after the flood, where Noah, he builds a vineyard. So he became like a farmer, if you will. So he built a vineyard, and he had a little sample of what was in his vineyard. Unfortunately, he became drunk off of what he did sample from the vineyard. Now the text does not say that Noah went in there and said, you know, I'm about to get drunk, I'm about to get lit, and I'm just going to lay out. It doesn't say that. So I'm not saying that this is a text to say, go ahead and sin, do what you want to do, and God understands that this is not that type of message. I just have to put that public service announcement out there. So he got drunk, and his son discovers him in his drunkenness, and he's naked. And instead of his son covering him, he went and told the other brothers. So he told them, and they came in, and out of respect, they came in backwards. It's not where they was like, oh, I can't wait to see what he looked like and what he's doing. They heard what had happened, but they came in and they covered him. And you know, I began to think about that thing, and I'm like, you know, sometimes we don't cover each other like we should. I'm not saying cover up, but I'm saying cover each other, protect each other, and make sure that we're good. Overseer did an example on Wednesday night where he had some people come up here and stand back to back. But it was so funny because prior to that time, that's what I saw when I was thinking about myself and how I was grieving. And I imagined that the people that I was connected to would cover me. So I was looking for them to stand back and back around me and me be in the middle. And so in my mind, when I was standing up here just now, the title came to me, cover me while I sober up. Sometimes the amount of sobriety is not just because you drunk off of wine or liquor, but sometimes you're grieving and you're not thinking clearly. To be sober is to be clear-headed, to think logically and clearly. And a lot of times, life events happen and it threatens our sobriety. And so we be all over the place. And so when we say that we love each other and we cover each other, that's one of the ways that we cover each other. If you see your brother and sister, they going into a dark place in the wrong direction, then as a believer, the strong ought to bear the infirmities of the weak. So I see you slipping. I'm like, okay, don't worry about it. Just like when they were back to back, I'm covering you. I see something coming in this direction, I got you. Somebody else, they got eyes in this direction. And we have to begin to get that mindset and not just think about, oh, me. It's just me. Because sometimes we do get in a place where we're weak and we need somebody to cover us. And I'm not talking about just in prayer. Because prayer is good, but sometimes you got to dig in your pocket and say, listen, I know you're struggling. I got it. Here you go. Sometimes you got to sit there and hear something you don't want to hear. But that person needs somebody to listen to them and to pour into them. So we're not going to always have assignments that we want to do, that we jump into and say, I can't wait to get there. But through obedience, it's not in vain. Your obedience is not in vain. So we have to take that into consideration when one another are going through. You got somebody, they snapping and they going off on you. Sometimes it really don't have nothing to do with you. They going through, but you have to have that discernment to understand, okay, my brother and my sister, they got something going on. Let me cover you, because I ain't going to let you go out there and act the fool. Let me cover you now before you go out there and be exposed to everybody else. Like I said, I'm not saying cover up. I'm not saying, the person is sin. You saying, go ahead, go, man, do what you do and come back later. What I'm saying is you pour into that person. You advise that person. You don't let them fall. You don't watch them say, oh, they'll learn. You hard-headed. You want to go do it, and, whatever happens, happens. We really have to learn how to cover one another and move beyond prayer. It's going to be some physical actions that have to take place. With that being said, I was also thinking of in the book of 1 Peter, where Peter is telling us to be sober and to be vigilant, because the adversary, the devil, he's going to and fro. Y'all know that, right? And he's coming like a roaring lion, which means he's not coming and being nice. He's coming to destroy you. We said it earlier, the enemy comes to kill, steal, and destroy. He's not coming to just be your friend and y'all play ring around the rosy. The idea is to destroy you. So we have to be sober. We have to be alert. And as of late, I've been hearing a lot of people saying they're abstaining from stuff. I'm abstaining from this. I'm abstaining from sex. I'm abstaining from drugs and alcohol. But you have to move beyond abstaining. Because a lot of times when you abstain, it's temporary. It's it's here and now, but it's not going to last. But when you choose to be sober, it's a lifelong commitment. It means that when whatever drove me to it comes back my way, I'm sober. But no, okay, there it is. I see it, devil, but I ain't gonna fall for it. I ain't gonna walk into that trap. Yeah, I'm feeling some type of way. I ain't gonna go smoke one. Because let me tell y'all something. No, I'm serious. I've never been like a heavy drinker. But when I was in college, they give you stuff half off, buy one, all type of stupid stuff when you're a college student. So I was in college and I would take a sip, 1 cup, take a sip, and then that's it. And I have all the stuff left over. And so people, they love me around me because we gonna get whatever you got left because you ain't gonna really drink it anyway. So it was just something that I did socially, but I never really got into it. So when my mom passed, I promise y'all, it had to be less than a month later. I get a call from somebody I ain't heard from in about 3 years. Somebody I used to work with. They called me, they didn't even know she passed. This is why you have to be sober and vigilant. So I kind of said, hey, you wanna go hang up? I'm like, no, I ain't gonna, because I understood the place that I was in. So I'm like, ain't going nowhere. I don't care what you say. You say we're going to Denny's, I'm still not going. I was like, nah, I ain't gonna, no, we're just gonna grab a drink. I said, when you met me, you knew I didn't drink. And now, right now, I still don't drink. Once again, this did not know that my mom passed. But there are a lot of things that come to throw you off anyway. And the first thing they talking about, let's go drink. And I said, what I need to drink for? I said, what you really trying to do? Dad, listen, when you get in another place, stuff you wouldn't say, now you get bold enough and you say it anyhow because you like, I ain't really got nothing to lose, so I'm going to say it. I said, so what are you trying to do? And the person replied to me, you can be sober and do it. It's like, no, I ain't going to be nothing because I'm not going nowhere with you. A lot of times people try to get you out there, get you all crazy and confused because listen, you start drinking, kick back 5, 6, listen, you are not thinking sober. Some people think I drive my best when I'm high. I write my best songs when I'm high.
Right.
I do everything good when I'm high, but you have to understand when you're high, you're not thinking clearly. And whatever is motivating you is what you're consuming. A lot of times people like, when you drink, you get the liquid courage. And a lot of people, they will say what they normally wouldn't say if they were sober. It doesn't mean that it's not true. It just means now they're not holding back. So a lot of times we can't discount what people say to us when they're not sober because that liquid courage kick in and they be like, now usually I wouldn't say it, but now I'm going to say it because I'm going to let you know I'm not playing with you no more. But listen, now I'm not giving nobody this excuse to go and talk to people any kind of way. That's not what I'm saying, but we have to discern where people are at and where they're coming from. Like I said, it doesn't have to just be drugs and alcohol. Going back to abstaining, a lot of people in ministry, they will say they're abstaining from sex. And that's good. You unmarried, you're abstaining from sex. But then you still watch pornography.
All right.
Okay. Then somebody might be like, but I don't watch pornography. But then you hang around people you want to sleep with. See what I'm saying is, you can say you're abstaining from one thing, but you're leading yourself back to the thing that you're abstaining from. Sobriety says, okay, I know I can't go around them because I really want to sleep with you, so you ain't going to catch me alone with you. Matter of fact, I ain't going nowhere with you unless it's about 1,000 people and you somewhere where I can't see you. But it's thinking soberly. Because a lot of times we do these temporary fixes and we don't think about what it does in the long run. That's even with alcohol. Somebody be like, I still look good for my age and I drunk under the table. And so they'll think one more drink, it don't mean nothing. It's not going to do nothing. But then you go to the doctor and you get a report.
That's right.
And your liver practically destroyed. And then you like, God, why me? And God is saying, but I didn't do that to you. You did that.
You did it to yourself.
And now you're calling on me to get you out. That's not to say that God is not a healer, but a lot of times we blame stuff on God and the devil, and we take no responsibility for our role in it. Sobriety says, what did I do in this situation? Sobriety says, okay, I notice when I get in my feelings, I do this.
Yes.
And this can be anything. This could be snapping. This could be fighting. This could be, I'm going to go have sex with whoever say hi to me. This can be, okay, I'm going to curse you out. I'm going to curse you out. I know I said I'm saved. I know I said I got the Holy Ghost. But right now I'm going to put that on the side and I'm going to tell you exactly how I feel. And this is what happens a lot of time in ministry. But when we love each other, we have to love each other enough to tell each other the truth. And the truth is not always pretty. If I know that you're going down a dark road, I'm not going to just watch you go. I'm going to say, listen, sis, what you doing is about to catch up with you. God is not pleased. Do you need my help with something? What can I do to help you? What can we do? And a lot of times we pray together in church, but outside of church, we don't pray together. Let me pray with you. Let me come over and talk to you. You want to come over here? Let's eat. Let's talk a little bit. What's on your mind? Because some people, and I said before, some people be right in church, they be shouting, and then weeks later you hear they committed suicide. And you're like, they were so happy. Because a lot of times as people in ministry, we hold back what's going on. And we say, it ain't really for everybody. We ain't really got to talk about it. You struggling with something, and you will struggle by yourself and say it's between me and God, like he didn't put people around you to help you out of that struggle. And a lot of times that be pride. We be prideful, but I don't really want nobody to know that I'm struggling with this. You know what? We don't talk about it a lot in church, but there are a lot of people that struggle with homosexuality. They struggle. They don't know if they want male or female. Some people, they feel like they want both. And so we will talk about those people. We will send those people to hell, but we won't talk to those people like they're people. We won't talk to those people like, okay, whatever you're sin you can come out of. It don't have to be homosexuality. It can be something else. Some people, I don't know, they get so self-righteous and high-minded, they be like, well, I'm abstaining, I ain't having sex with you, a liar. Okay. Okay. Some people say, I don't watch pornography, but you watch people. And pornography plays out in your head.
It's the same thing.
It's the same thing. What I'm saying is, we try to justify our sins and condemn everybody else for their sins. And as a believer, from one to another, I'm not covering you when I do that. I might be covering me and my mess if I get the spotlight on you. But what does that do to me? What does that do to me? I'm saying, you know you're a liar. You better watch out for such and such because you know they steal. Yeah, they like to steal. Child, leave your purse over there because you leave your chase over there. Some gonna come out missing, but you're a gossiper. So you say, I don't steal no more, but you gossip. I don't lie no more, but you cheat on your taxes. I don't It's those things like that. So that's why I say when you say you abstain from something, it's a temporary fix. It doesn't get rid of the problem. It don't deal with your emotional issues. It don't deal with your mental health. But to be sober, that says I'm going to deal with everything as a whole. Instead of just being healed, I'm going to become whole. There's a difference. Listen, if you limping now, you can walk straight. Are you made whole? And that's what we have to move towards as believers, becoming whole. Because you can have somebody and they can preach a dynamic word, and when they get from this pulpit, listen, their struggles are still there. And a lot of people are trying to do it by themselves. They're in the church and they're struggling financially, but they're like, ain't nobody gonna know what I need to do. Ain't nobody gonna be talking about me. Ain't nobody gonna be looking at me as a charity case. Listen, we all charity cases, okay? We all needed Christ to die for us. We all are charity cases at the end of the day. And I remember having a conversation, I met with two other women, and you know, one of them was like, you know, speaking of being damaged goods, and I said we were all damaged goods. That's why we needed Christ to restore us, to renew us, to transform us. Some people, they come to the church and they feel like I've arrived, I've been made new, and now I can look down at you. But I can't help you looking down at you. I can't help you telling you need to get where I'm at. And then I'm trying to identify, well, where exactly are you? There is a difference. And I've never said those words, and I'm not saying it to be no type of way, but a lot of times we shut people out of the kingdom without even realizing. We say we're evangelizing and we're really locking the doors and shutting and saying, you're not worthy to enter in. But at the end of the day, we are not God. If you're going to do the work of an evangelist or a minister, you have to be sober-minded. You have to be of a sound mind. You can't take all of your prejudices and your criticism and throw it at the people and feel like that's going to lead them to Christ. It says through love and kindness have I drawn thee. It didn't say through bitterness, through ratchetness, through pettiness have I drawn thee, but through love and kindness have I drawn thee. And now that I've drawn you, I'm going to cover you. We said it earlier that we're family. As family, I'm going to cover you. I'm not going to let you walk out there naked and exposed. Whatever I can find my hands to do to help you, I'm going to help you. I'm not saying I'm going to be God, but whatever I can do in the power of God, I will do to help build you up. You weak right now, okay, let me surround you. Let me cover you in prayer. Let me help you. You need me to do this, you need me to do that. And a lot of people say, well, I got my own life, I got my own problems, I ain't got time to be babying people. People just need to grow up. They just need to grow up, suck it up like all the rest of us, and make it do what it do. And that's the wrong attitude. That's not having the mind of Christ. We oftentimes say, let this mind be in you that was in Christ Jesus. But a lot of us who don't have the humility to humble ourselves and to submit ourselves. We haven't submitted to God, and we haven't submitted to each other because we're so busy trying to establish that we're boss, that we're in charge, that we're the key person, that we're the anointed person. And there's no glory in that. God gets no glory or satisfaction. And in fact, he says, you've already received your reward.
That's right.
So I'm glad you got the lights, the camera, the action, the hallelujahs, and the amen. But that's all you're going to get. Amen. And amen again. But I'm just saying, we really have to love on one another for real. Especially when it comes to death. Even when it's expected. It's even worse when it's sudden. And people don't always be who they used to be. That's an expectation that we cannot have. And saying that not just from my experience, but we have experienced a lot of death as of late. And a lot of people have died, and a lot of people are on their way. And we have to be able to handle each other with care, because there are some people that are on the edge. I've talked to some people, and they depressed. And see, they don't want to tell other believers, because then they're going to say, how you got the Holy Ghost and you depressed. But there is a such thing as a spirit of heaviness that comes on somebody even when they're filled with the Holy Spirit. It comes and it goes. But we have to be able to not put our judgment in it. I thought you was so anointed. I thought you was walking in so much glory. And now you let this thing tear you down. Because I had people telling me, you all right. And I'm like, no. Listen, what I'm telling you is I'm not all right. Now you strong, you big, and no. What I'm telling you is right now I'm weak. See, we don't want to hear what somebody be honest. We're like, no, that ain't what you. I'm like, look, what I'm telling you is I'm struggling. No, you good. You good. God let you know what I'm telling you is I need help. So I remember when I was trying to straighten out an incident recently, and I was like, listen, I was talking, but I don't think you heard me. Because sometimes we be talking, and then the other person don't hear us. And so I was feeling like I wasn't being heard, because what I was saying is, I understand that you love me, but what I'm telling you is I'm struggling. What I'm telling you is I need somebody to cover me, not just in prayer, but talk to me and say, hey, you all right? Is there something that you want to talk about? And I know a lot of us, we feel like, I don't want to baby you, we grown, but some people need that. Especially when you lose your mother, that's something, listen, it's something that I can't even begin to put in words. I cannot explain. It's like something cut away at you, and you just cannot put it into words. And you say, I don't wish that on my worst enemy. And I started to say, I wonder if the baby cried because they're separated from the mother once they come from the womb, because that's how I felt. I felt like a baby separated from the mother from the womb. And so I had been there so long, and I'm looking like, well, God, now what do I do? A mother is a very major part of a person. You can even see it in Mother's Day celebration. You got cards, gift baskets everywhere. Father's Day comes. Most people don't even remember. They be like, oh, it's Father's Day? That's the day? That ain't next week. Jesus. It's like it don't even exist. It's like Father's Day? Oh, that's the day. All right. Some of us, we just like, I don't even know. But Mother's Day, everybody got to tell us, oh, yeah, it's Mother's Day. Let me go get some gifts. Let me get a card. Let me be nice. Let me clean up some stuff. And so, mothers are very important, not just in our homes, but even in ministry. And I feel like we moved away from that. Like, people don't want to be mothers in ministry. They be like, listen, I'm too good for somebody. I look too good for my mother. Ooh, I look good for my age. It be vanity for some people. I'm not saying that's everybody, but some people don't even want to be called grandma, and you like over 50. Listen, man, it's okay. It's okay. It's okay. It is okay. A mother plays a very important role in a child's life. You help nurture that child. You teach that child. That child watches you and models themselves after you. So, listen, all this vain stuff where, listen, I'm too good-looking BB to my grandma and mother, it's okay. Embrace it. It's a blessing. No. Right now, in this day and age, it's a blessing to grow old. I don't know what nobody says. It is a blessing, because there's somebody that didn't even make it to 17. And then you married somebody calling you grandma and you 65. I don't understand what you mad about. You should feel blessed and highly favored. I'm saying that it's not just the women, it's men too. They're all granddaddy. Granddaddy what? We're going to have to find another name for that, because I ain't granddaddy. We're going to find something else to call me.
Call me Papa.
But I'm just saying it because it is a blessing, and we can move out of our own way and stop getting hung up on titles and what people call us. A lot of us, we are really, I'm looking for the right words. We behave a certain way based on how we believe people will respond. And we move and we act in that manner. And we become people pleasers instead of God pleasers. So we like, if I do this, then such and such might feel some type of way, so I ain't gonna preach that. If I sing this song, I know so and so don't like that song, so I'm not gonna sing that song. If I do this dance, I know so and so say that dance too long, so I'm not gonna do that dance. And we will go against what God told us to do, just so we can be in good graces with people. Now, y'all like, that's kind of contradictory because you just said cover each other. And we can cover each other, but we have to be truthful as well. And covering, like I said, it's not a cover up. It's a covering while you sober up, which means that you got to eventually sober up. So it's a responsibility on our end to sober up. Why am I so angry? Why do I want to punch you in the face and I say I got the Holy Ghost? You know, why do I want to fight you? Why I'm trying to put the mirror on somebody who actually fighting when I know deep down inside I want it to be me, but then I feel like you gonna feel some type of way if it is me, so I ain't gonna do it, but the feeling is still there. So I'm abstaining from fighting, but if the right situation come along, I'm just about gonna pop off and throw you down. That's why I said there's a difference between abstaining and sobering up. You be like, listen, I ain't had sex in 6 months, I'm celibate. And then the one day that come around, you be in a low place. Easy access, are you still abstaining? And you be like, I just slipped up that time. You be like, okay, His grace is sufficient, we're gonna give you that you slipped up. Then 6 more months later, you have another slip up. And then 6 months after that, you have another slip up. It's a pattern and it's a cycle. You're not slipping, you need to get sober. You gotta sober up. It's a difference. You talking about you slipping, but it seems like every 6 months you slipping. I'm slipping back into bed with so-and-so every 6 months. I'm taking a little sip. I ain't drinking a whole cup now. I ain't drunk. I'm just taking just a little sip every 7 months and 2 days. I'm sober though. When I came to church, I was sober. What's the problem? The scripture said don't be drunk with wine. I ain't drunk. I just took a little sip here and there. See, that's why I say it's the difference between abstaining and sobering up. Because sobering up says I got to take responsibility for what I did. Because, listen, when we ain't sober, we do some stuff that even right now we still can't talk about. Like I said, it's not just drugs and alcohol. I don't want y'all to get hung up on that. Some people, they leave part of their testimony out because then you ain't going to be able to see it they were. You ain't going to be able to say they come up real dignified. You like, you used to be a whole mother, huh? You used to steal, what? You used to do, what?
Come on
How
now.
you do that?
Yeah, come on now.
So that's why some people say, I'm going to give them this part of the testimony, because if I give you the whole testimony, one, you ain't going to be able to receive it, and two, you sure ain't going to be able to receive me after I get up there. You're going to be like, how you going to tell me?
My Lord.
Keep my leg covered. You used to be a whole whoremonger. See, this is what, going back to covering people, this is what we do. This is what we do. Not all of us. How you going to tell me don't take a sip? You took a whole bottle.
Jesus.
Just because you ain't going to give me a chance to get there. There's a difference between getting there and being comfortable where you are. And we have to start drawing the line between what's the difference. Because at the end of the day, the only person that you fooling is you and nobody else. At the end of the day, the only person that's going to have the answer for what you do is you. So I just want us to move from abstaining to really being sober in whatever it is. You got a nasty attitude and you just think people don't understand you. Listen, no, you got a nasty attitude. You need to start trying to figure out, well, why am I so anointed and I got a nasty attitude? Because then you will turn around and say, I'm just so anointed and everybody just envious and jealous of me because when I do what I do it so well. And everybody look at you like, what do you want? You need to come down from that house just for a little minute. All right. And see exactly where you are. See, the word can be very sobering in itself. Listen, because this word right hit me and I was like, oh.
Come on now.
Really? That thing is so good. And listen, certain stuff look good when you ain't What was wrong with me? No, I'm serious. If y'all think about it right now, you look back on some relationship, you'll say to yourself, what is that? I don't even know. What was I doing? Was I crazy? It's alright. You just had a chance to sober up. Now, it's one thing for you to get out of a jacked up relationship and get into another one, because now see the common factor is you. That person might not have been sober, but you ain't sober either, because you keep going into the same piece, getting dirty, and wondering why you got all this blood on you.
Jesus.
And like I said, so I gotta make these disclaimers. I'm not throwing shade. I promise y'all that is not the intent. Because I know a lot of times when you hear messages like this, we're like, who is she talking about? And we go looking around. No, what I'm saying is we have to find ourselves in the Word. It's not just drugs and alcohol that will destroy your sound mind. It's a whole lot of things. When you get in your feelings a lot of times, you can't think clear. You'll say something just because you know it cut. Like, and I'm saying, I said it, and what you gonna do? So now you feel so like, wait. And when you have a quiet person and they turn that cone and they go off on you, you like, first of all, where that come from? I know.
What I do to you?
I know some people looking at me like that. Like, listen, I try to tell you, listen, I got some things going on. I'm trying to get over this with my mom passing suddenly. Listen, I ain't who I used to be. If you looking for that person, they not here. I'm trying to get where I need to be. So I need you to help me. And a lot of times we don't want to help each other. Oh, so you gonna talk to me like that? Don't worry about it. Don't say nothing else to me. And then now you, with your unforgiving self, you want to come and bring the church down. How? You want to talk about how anointed you are, and then you struggle with unforgiveness. You see the person, you turn the other way. You in the grocery store, you be like, there she go. I'm gonna go down this alley. I'm gonna go this way, because right now today, I ain't got time for her. And I done been there before too. I be seeing people from school, I be like, I'm gonna go this direction. Now some people, I'm sorry y'all, you have to do that too. Because some people will try to pull you back into a lifestyle that you no longer live. So now take this advice. We have to shun the very presence of evil. There are some people at your highest point that will come in to pull you down because they're operating, they're being used as a member of the enemy. So they'll come and get close to you and try to remind you of the old times and how it used to be. And they begin to pull you away from the direction that you were going in. So they'll be like, hey, you want to hang out? Nothing serious, let's just go grab a bite and, talk about old times. And then before you know it, they want you to go to the old hangout spot. Just drop me off over here. And you like, nah, bro, that's the dope hole. I'm not going to drop you off over there. Why am I drop you off over there? Just pull up right here in front of the liquor store, and then I'm going to get what I need to get. No. See, what I'm going to do is drop you off to the bus stop. And if you want to get to the liquor store, you get there on your own. I ain't going away. We have to learn how to be smart about that thing. The enemy is not always out there and playing you saying, hey, look at me, I got a sign, I come to kill, steal, and destroy. A lot of times, the enemy, a person come, they just the sweetest person in the world. You're just so sweet. I thank God for you. And then once they get in real good and you trust them, then they turn on you. And you be looking like, well, wait a minute, who is this? You related to Chucky? What is this? It's a whole new person. But we can't be ignorant of the devices of the enemy. It's still the case that he comes to kill, steal, and destroy. Only God comes to give us life. The enemy not coming so you can live a long life and prosper and be holy. The enemy wants you, like we said, on the outskirts of holiness. As long as you look the part, that's all right, because the most you can do is get people connected to you, and you will draw them away from God instead of to God. The life that we live, it speaks for us. The life that we live, it says, I serve God or I serve another God. So whatever we do, people are watching us. They're not just watching us in the ministry. They're watching us on our job. They're watching us out and about. I remember I had a blow up at a restaurant, and when I thought about that thing, I said, so suppose somebody witnessed that, and then they came to the church. And I'm going to be up there preaching, and they going to be like, I know she ain't up there telling nobody, because how she was acting in that restaurant, she might not have cursed, but she showed up was yelling, so going back to what I've said time and time again about maturity. You have to be mature enough and responsible enough to say, listen, what I did, it was wrong. It don't matter how you came at me, I shouldn't have done it. And then at that moment, you have to learn how to humble yourself. Like, it's not just even about caring what people think. You think that God is rejoicing when we act crazy, when we act out? He's not saying, oh, I'm just so, look at my son and whom I'm well pleased. No. We disgracing his name.
Yes.
We supposed to be called by his name, but we can't even humble ourselves. And then when we do go to pray, we're praying amidst. We're praying because we want other people to see us. I'm praying for this car because I want people to see that I got it like that. I'm praying for this money so I can stun on y'all now. Y'all said I wouldn't make it, but now I'm making it and I'm doing it. We have to think about some of the things that we do because we talk a lot about the world, but as believers, we have to begin to look at ourselves and see what is it that I'm doing. And it's not just about behavior. It's just becoming a better person in Christ. Becoming closer to him. Stop trying to put on a show for people so that they can think you're holy and be holy.
That's right.
Stop trying to pretend you're built up and get built up. Stop trying to pretend you're sober and get sober. Stop trying to pretend you're saved and get saved. Stop trying to dress the part and be the part. Stop talking about it and be about it. We're in a season now where we can't fake it till we make it. We have to be going towards the mark and stop missing the mark. Because a lot of times what happens is we be faking it. We come in here, we faking it. I'm holy. I'm walking straight and narrow, and we're losing ourselves in the process. And then that's when you see people on YouTube and on the news, this pastor sleeping with this member, this pastor sleeping with that. Stop faking it. You ain't gotta fake it. The truth is the only thing that's going to make you free. It's nothing else that's going to make you free. The truth is you got a problem with your mouth. Get it together. The truth is you have a problem with your mind. Listen, we can pray all day, but until you realize you got a problem, you ain't going to get no fruit from it. And some of us, the reality is, listen, I know everybody don't agree with this, but some of us, we really do need counseling. We need godly counseling for real because we're holding ourselves up because we won't deal with the stuff that's keeping us back. We won't deal with the stuff that's in our heart that people don't know about. We won't deal with the things that happen to us because nobody knows about it but us and whoever else was involved. But we got to start peeling back these layers and being for real about where we are. And listen, it's going to be some moments where you got to get completely naked and transparent about where you are and who you are. And you don't just do that with anybody. Because some of us, what happens is we go telling everybody our problems and our business. And then before you know it, it's all on the street, it's all in the church house, it's all on the job. And we feel some type of way. You cannot entrust your deliverance to everybody around you. Some people, you're giving them the key to how to keep you bound. And God is saying, I'm trying to set you free. But every time I try to disconnect you from this person, you find your way back there. Every time I try to disconnect you from this church, you find your way back. So all I'm saying is, we have to take a look in this word. It is a mirror. It will show us. Listen, we can be better today. We don't even have to start tomorrow. But the choice is within us. If you want to be saved, you can be saved. Can't nobody take that away from you. God's not going to say, you know what, I changed my mind. I don't want you to be saved. It's for whoever believes. It's not just for the Jew. You're a Jew, you believe, okay, you can be saved. It says, whosoever believes in him is going to have everlasting life. So we have to really believe in him. And believing in him is, listen. Believing in him is being obedient for real. Not halfway, I'm obedient when it's what I want to do. But even when I don't want to do it, not trying to please people, but please God. And I still got to do my disclaimer that don't mean to be reckless with people. We got to treat each other with respect. I don't care what position we are in, we got to treat each other with respect and love on each other and cover each other and not just make it a whole thing, a laughing matter of gossiping moment, but really love on each other for real. And we can cover each other in prayer. We can cover each other financially. Sometimes you might give something that you wanted to spend for something else. But it takes sacrifice. This walk requires sacrifice. This walk requires self-control, which is a fruit of the Spirit. We gotta have self-control. That's a part of being sober. Self-control. We're saying, listen, I got access to go get whatever I want to get. And that's whatever your whatever is. But I ain't gonna do it.
That's right.
Because I know better, and I'm trying to live for Christ for real. I don't want to just get up here and preach and teach about it. I want to be about that thing. I want to walk the walk and talk the talk. So that the life that I live, it speaks for me, and ain't nobody at my funeral line talking about, well, you know that. And then everybody looking like, well, obviously you ain't know they was sleeping with such and such. Well, obviously you ain't know they was really on the DL. Well, obviously you ain't know they was stealing from the church basket. Well, I done been in there when people give this look holy. You know that girl back there, his daughter too, right? No, ain't the white daughter. No, my sister so-and-so. Yeah. You know the pastor such and such. Yeah, she used to talk to him too. Yeah. Why she was married to Bishop so? Yeah. Listen, I'm just saying. So I'm gonna go ahead and cut that thing off. But let's be sober for real, because when we're not sober, it's the best playing field for the enemy to come in and destroy us and kill us and take us outside of the will of God. Listen, when you see something, you will be knowing it's not right. You know it's something coming. The worst thing is to have a test, knowing that test is coming and still failing. That's one of the worst things. We know that tests and trials are coming. We not going to always get it right, but at the end of the day, get back up, dust yourself off, and say, listen, I done had this test 5 years in a row. Obviously, it's an issue with the test taker. I need to get back in my word and study and get this thing right. I need to get a close relationship with God and get this thing right. So when y'all get a chance to get in your word for real, meditate on that thing day and night, pray, fast, get close to God, because there are moments where people can't come in and save us. And only what we know and who we know is going to be able to save us. So get to know God for real. Amen.
Amen.